books that contains this, and you see the boys in the hostel. They will only come to that page where they are describing the sexual pornographic thing, and they are reading it. And you come to them, what are you doing there? You pick the book. What is this? Inside literature textbook. Now it's getting worse than what I'm saying now. And what we read earlier talked about teachers in the popular schools. They are teaching the children things that are not in harmony with God's word and corrupting them, and also the friends that they meet. Are you ready? All right.
Author and inspirational speaker Laura Lynn Tyler Thompson is a leading voice against the SOGI curriculum.
And we are seeing the results of that now, because some kids are reacting very emotionally and saying, and they're in fear. Will I suddenly struggle with feeling like a different gender inside of my body? No.
Carrie Simpson of Culture Guard, another leading opponent, calls the curriculum nothing short of child abuse.
All those beautiful qualities that make young girls, beautiful girls and women, are being basically vilified. The things that make our boys boys are being, taken from them. So things that...
Our children have these books. Well?
This is my son, Cameron. He attends Leander High School, and I'm going to explain to you the book that he received. Mr. McKay, I pray you are a man of your word. Last week I asked my children if I could check the books that they've picked up from the school. My son picked up this brand new book from the shelves in class, Lawn Boy. He was under the impression it was about a kid that ends up with a gay moment. Oh, you admit we sucked each other's dicks. We shared a Hershey's bar, then you showed me your dick. The next thing I know it's in my mouth. We sucked each other's dick, and you're pretending it didn't happen. What sort of diversity are you intending to teach my child? Let me share with you the exceptional quality of vocabulary. I stopped counting on page 66 after 44 bucks and 41 shits. The depravity of the content on the shelves in our schools cannot be mitigated with policy EF. At this point, I need you to know that according to policy FFH, hold this one please, local sexual harassment is defined as unwanted sexual advances, sexually motivated verbal, non-verbal conduct, or other conduct or communication of a sexual nature when the conduct is so severe, persistent, or pervasive that it affects the student's ability to participate in or benefit from an educational program or activity, or otherwise adversely affects the student's educational opportunities or creates an intimidating, hostile educational environment. What sort of educational environment do you think the plethora of sexually graphic books selections create for my children, or for any child for that matter? I won't go into my 4th grade daughter, but we don't.
You will be surprised the kind of things that they are using to entertain children now. Before they will bring Father Christmas and clowns and all of that. And it was the beginning of trouble, actually, to do all these Father Christmas things that they are doing these days. Now it's morphed into this, what do you call them now? This, drag queens. You ever heard of drag queens before? You know what a drag queen is? They are men that dress like women, and come to entertain. Now they bring them to the churches and libraries for the children to have a good time with the drag queen, and the drag queen will teach them. So when we read earlier that says the